Coming up on this episode of Outlook TV, Victoria's 25th Pride Parade.
Vancouver Pride Sports Day.
Trixie Mattel brings her show to Vancouver. And much, much more. Hello and welcome to Outlook TV. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Angus Prott. Outlook TV is the queer news magazine show that brings you the stories that matter the most from coast to coast.
We're going to kick it off in Victoria with the Pride Parade.
We're here for the start of the 24th annual Victoria Pride Parade, and to get things started, who else but the Dykes on Bikes? Here they come.
Well, I've been a regular participant in this parade, but never as the Premier BC, so I'm delighted.
Your first time as Premier.
First time as Premier, that's
Wow,
right.
congratulations.
Great day, perfect weather. This is all about inclusion. This is what Victoria has always been about. I was born and raised here. I'm so proud of the people coming out in large numbers to demonstrate their support for Pride, and Victoria has been the leader for a long, long time. I'm happy to be part of it.
We're trying to show that we are here to continue the fight. The work is not done yet. We've got to build a safer society for everybody.
Absolutely.
And it starts here at Pride by celebrating love is love, you know, and we've got to make sure that our society respects that.
Perfect. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Have you ever ridden a ferry?
Not lately. Happy Pride!
Happy Pride. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm very good.
Now, are you sure
Hey,
we
Angus.
can have a peek?
Well, maybe just a small peek. I don't know. Like I gotta just. Let me
Oh.
just check under it.
Oh!
I don't know.
A sneak peek.
I think I forgot to put something on or something.
Oh.
This is Angus Prott in Victoria, BC.
Next up, we've got the Pride Run in Vancouver.
And that Sister Fancy Pants runs all over town.
We're at the 14th annual Pride Run and Walk, the official kickoff for Vancouver Pride season. We're raising funds for Out in Schools as well as the Loud Scholarship Foundation. Let's join the run. How many participants do we have this year?
This year, online registrations, we had about 380. Late registration, we've got about 10, 15 so far. And I'm hoping that we can break 410, which will make it the largest Pride Run and Walk to date.
Yeah, my very first Pride Run. But I'm a runner. You know, I did the Sun Run with front runners and everything, yeah.
Okay. And any reason why you joined the front runners this year?
I think just to meet, you know, like-minded people who also enjoy running.
Did you guys fundraise?
Yeah, we raised, how much did we raise? Over $4,000.
Over 4,000.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And why do you guys keep coming back?
My roommate is the organizer. But besides that, we love to support Out in Schools and the Loud Foundation, and we've, as we said, been doing this for the past 4 years, and I think we've actually been the top fundraising team every year, too.
This event's a lot of fun. It's just an opportunity to get out there and be part of the community, support the community, and just to have a good time.
It's such a beautiful day to be able to run on the seawall with almost 500 other people, all just celebrating who we are, celebrating pride, celebrating diversity.
First 10K together. I've only done one other 10K, and like, you know, when you're training, it's like so difficult to keep up. But when you're on like the run and there's people cheering and supporting, it's so much fun. Like it's great. It's hard to stop and walk, you know, when you're so supported.
Yeah, they keep you going. We're like 8 minutes faster than what we were expecting.
Well done. Good work.
It's okay, I know him.
For Outlook TV, this is Sister Fancy Pants just finishing the 5K walk in Vancouver, BC.
We're going to have to take a little break now.
Yes, that Sister Fancy Pants sure adds to this heat wave.
Hi, I'm Trixie Mattel, and you're watching Outlook TV. Oh my God, that is such a terrible laugh to have.
While in Victoria, the Outlook TV crew was provided services from the following companies: Gayvan.com Travel Marketing, the Fairmont Empress Hotel, Tourism Victoria,
HeliJet flies between Victoria and Vancouver day and night, rain or shine. Now offering free parking and shuttle service for passengers at all terminals. For flight schedules and bookings, call 1-800-665-4354 or visit helijet.com.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
And Trixie Mattel was in town recently, and I heard Joseph covered the story.
Ooh, lucky Joseph.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Vogue Theater. We are here tonight to see Trixie Mattel and her North America tour, now with moving parts. Can't wait for you to see what she does.
If I see another stocking, Lord, I swear to God I'm walking, Lord. Daddy, don't make me fancy dance around. You know how people say women don't wear makeup for men, they wear it for other women? I've heard that said a lot. I don't know if it's true. But in drag queens almost dress up for each other. Because drag queens, when we're trying to like stunt and do a reveal or whatever, they're kind of just more to impress each other. I don't think we really get in drag for the audience as much as we kind of get in drag for our own self-indulgence and to try to like, you know, we want that moment where the drag queen goes, "You look good," and you're like, "Oh, really? Thanks." Woo! Farther from my home, the more I wish it. The longer I've been gone, the more I miss it. I've heard it described as this. I believe his name, there's a comedian named Drew Droege in LA, and he described the scene in Drag Race where the drag queens are all getting ready, talking about their lives. He described it as the part where everyone looks like they're in the musical Cats and they're talking about their dead moms, which is, there is something in when drag queens are halfway getting ready, they get very vulnerable. And that's when they all talk crazy about, you know, who hit them or who divorced them or how many kids they have. So that's why that process seems longer. I kind of got ready in a hurry tonight. Do I look okay? I'm like, ugh. I call this my ex-boyfriend makeup because it also, it got away from me. If you tell me I have an hour, I'm like, okay, we'll get ready in an hour. But if I have like all day, oh my God, it's a process. There's a bubble bath, there's music, there's delivery, not DiGiorno's, you know. It's like a whole ritual. But to me at this point, I'm like, okay, an hour. It's... Oh my God, that is such a terrible laugh to have. I meet so many impressionable young youths, and they're like, Trixie, I've seen so many of your videos, I've started to laugh like you. I'm like, baby, I'm so sorry. I felt really confident, and then I walked in, and it's sort of like if you go to your 10-year high school reunion and you see your bullies, you turn back into your 18-year-old pit bully self who's afraid. And so for me, it was really, really horrible and scary. Everybody who does Drag Race is always like, I love it, I wish I could do it every year. I'm so happy to never do it again. I am so, I'm not competitive. I hate being judged. I hate doing things I don't want to do. I mean, I'm happy I did Drag Race, but on All Stars the whole time I was just like, you never have to do this again. You never have to do this again. Over and over again. Oh, really? Whatever it takes. If I hold out. This bitch knows it and everyone else sucks, okay? Degrassi, excuse me? I love to play my guitar. I mean, that's also my hobby. Love that. I love to play PlayStation. I love to eat pizzas, whole pizzas. I've got a few Tamagotchis alive right now. That's pretty cool. I have a boyfriend, and when I see him, once a month, so too much. We see each other way too much. And then, what else do I like to do? I mean, it's sad but true. This is sort of my whole life. I work. There's no hours of the week. There's no punch in and out, But I like all of it. I like traveling. I like merchandising. I like writing the songs. I like writing the jokes. Right now, I'm workshopping my show, Skinny Legend, that will go on tour next year. So it's like, even though we're on city number 40 of Moving Parts, it's like I'm already working on next year's show, so. I've been booking every city, looking sad, but looking pretty, looking lover, don't make me hit the road again. In the off season this year, of course, I'm going to DragCon, New York. I always go to DragCon, and I'm kicking off DragCon with on September 27th in New York with a show called Two Birds, One Stone, where for the first time ever, I'm going to play with the band all the songs from all the albums. Very cool. And then I'm doing some one-offs of a show called Super Bowl Cut. That is a show of jokes and songs, and I wear bowl cuts the whole time. Because I work in an industry where I can base an entire program on a hairstyle, and nobody questions it. To the bottle of my basket, will it answer if I ask it? Doing right or am I doing time? Doing right or am I doing time?
Let's head back over to Victoria for the Paparazzi events. And you covered these, Angus. Tell me about it.
I did. It was a very exciting night. They had all of their stars out, and the people were dancing. They had the whole room going. It was fantastic.
Awesome.
Paparazzi, how you doing out there tonight? Happy Pride, Victoria!
We've got an absolutely amazing night. We've got a ton of local talent. Our new Miss Gay Vancouver Island is in the house, as well as our new Mr. Paparazzi. And of course, Alma Bitches from Vancouver is joining us, who we are so excited to have for the first time.
You tell me your name, I'll tell you mine.
I'm gonna be slaying the house down, bringing some. I just got back in Vancouver, where I'm from like a 6-week little tour. I drove across the States and Canada, and I toured a whole bunch of numbers that are unique to me, like mixes and stuff. So I'm gonna bring that to Victoria tonight and just have some fun.
Girl, need to kick off your shoes. Gotta take a deep breath, time to focus on you. All the big fights, all nights that you've been through.
Now, I understand you're new Miss Gay Vancouver Island. Can you tell us a little bit about your title and what you're doing this year?
Yeah, I won the title through Paparazzi for Miss Gay Vancouver Island. So I'm getting to perform at Paparazzi, and I'm the patron of a charity here, Island Sexual Health. So a portion of the proceeds that I make through shows will go towards the charity, and I think it's a really interesting, good resource that people need. I'm on the float tomorrow with Paparazzi as well, and then I get to perform on the beer garden stage tomorrow too, so I'm pretty psyched about that.
We've done 11 years at Paparazzi nightclub. We bought the club in February of 2007, yeah, and it's been actually a quick 11 years. Feels like about 7 or 8 to me, but anyway. But one thing I must mention, I worked for the government prior to this, and I must say this is much more enjoyable and more people-oriented, and yeah, so it's great, yeah.
Are you going to be in the parade tomorrow?
I am. I'm riding on board the float with most of our staff will be on board the float. Yes. Yeah. So yeah.
Now, will we see Helena and Attila this weekend as well?
They will be leading in front of our float as usual, and Helena and Attila have been working on costumes over the last 3-4 weeks. Yeah.
This is Angus Pratt reporting on Pride Night from Paparazzi nightclub in Victoria, BC.
Now it's time for some sporty sports in Vancouver.
Ollie covered the story, I heard.
Yeah, all Pride, all the time, all Ollie.
We are here today at Second Beach to check out Vancouver Pride Society's Sports Day. At Sports Day, you can play games and sports, check out local vendors, and check out some of our local sports organizations. Here are some highlights of the day.
And if you guys are done, you guys have to vote, okay?
So we feel like sports leagues is one of the last sets of organizations where there still is a lot of homophobia and transphobia. So having a sports day where all of our queer sports leagues can come out and join us. Our major league sports teams in Vancouver, the Whitecaps, the BC Lions, and the Vancouver Canucks are here today. And I think that's a really important statement to make to the whole sports world, that there are queer athletes and they need to be included and welcomed in locker rooms, on the field, and in the community.
Don't worry, I don't know how to put on a bra too. It took me a long time.
Events like Clean, Sober, and Proud reminds the community that, hey, you can have a healthy lifestyle. And also for our youth. I remember when I was young coming out, the only thing for me going to Toronto Pride was beer, 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 and lots of drugs. And now the narrative of Pride has changed, and there's Sports Day, and there's substance-free events. So our younger community can be inspired to not just find their identity in a dance floor.
The reason that we want to be here is to really try and get the LGBTQ community involved with our program. You know, I know that we have quite a few BC Lions fans involved in the community, so we're trying to do all we can to support them, and hopefully we get the support as well.
This here we have, as I said, these rocks that slide on a wooden sheet. We're also giving out information for how to become a member of the Pacific Rim Curling League, because the season will start in September.
A lot of people think of the Canucks when they think of Vancouver, and Vancouver is such an open community, and we want everyone to feel included. So I think it's important that one of the main things that represent Vancouver and Canada are here today.
There's so many sports communities represented here today, and I think that's just a really important message. I know a lot of people in the queer community kind of shied away from sports, maybe in high school because they felt uncomfortable. So it's just really awesome that there are so many sports here, including volleyball, so that people who have a passion for sports can come out and participate and feel welcome.
It's a great time. It's really inclusive. Everyone's really nice here. Super fun. Everyone just great food, great people, yeah.
From Vancouver Pride Sports Day, this is Ollie for Outlook TV.
We're going to have to take another little break now.
That would be a great time to grab a cool drink. Stay with us.
I'm Desiree Knight Niasmu, and you're watching Outlook TV.
While in Victoria, the Outlook TV crew was provided services from the following companies: Gayvan.com Travel Marketing, the Fairmont Empress Hotel, Tourism Victoria,
HeliJet flies between Victoria and Vancouver day and night, rain or shine. Now offering free parking and shuttle service for passengers at all terminals. For flight schedules and bookings, call 1-800-665-4354 or visit helijet.com.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
And Sister Fancy Pants was added again at the Penthouse nightclub for Passing of the Legacy number 41.
Oh, Sister Fancy Pants.
We're at the GVNCS's Passing of a Legacy 41. We're honoring Princess Desiree Knight and her reign, as well as finding out more about what the GVNCS does and what services they provide for the Greater Vancouver Area Native Cultural Society. Let's find out more.
Actually, 41 years ago, when we first landed into this beautiful province, right? But like a lot of two-spirited people, that name itself wasn't with us at the time. Concept of two-spirited. We left our reserves to find safety, and to find security and acceptance amongst the gay, lesbian, transgender community. But unfortunately, that was not to happen. We faced racism. We faced stereotype. So what happened is a core group of us, and most have gone to the spirit world right now. So we decided to organize. And 41 years later, we're still here. A lot of things certainly have transpired within that 41 years. How we got the name Two Spirit again was we had a conference in probably around 1992, I believe. And this was within all the two-spirited people in North America. We decided that we needed a name that identified us all as a collective. And it didn't matter if we were coming from the Mi'kmaq people in Eastern Canada or from the people on the tip of Vancouver Island. We all had sacred names and we all had sacred roles. And so that concept of two-spirited came about.
I am Two-Spirit, and you know, it was nice to be able to have a place to call home with friends that understood, oh, you're not gay, you're not lesbian, you are Two-Spirit, you know, and it's like, such a beautiful term. It's like, okay, great, you know.
We do our many events where we have the blessings that we do. We are now being asked more and more for this, which is a thing that you're saying, well, now you're being looked on and being respected more. I would like to say that Vancouver right now is our home, and we build our culture in our families, providing a home away from home and showing that we can practice our cultures and traditions away from home and still be able to honor our nations along the way and let you know that we are welcome. And we are working towards being able to have a conference in this coming year, a 5-day conference for all over BC Aboriginal Two-Spirit people to come out and really see what Vancouver has to offer.
For the Passing of the Legacy 41, this is Sister Fancy Pants for Outlook TV.
Next up, we're going to take you to the Vancouver Pride Parade. Now, Angus, you were announcing at the parade. What impressed you?
Well, it was very impressive to be there. They had 175 floats this year, which is a record, I believe. It was amazing.
Excellent. Well, let's take a look. Unfortunately, that is all the time we have for this episode of Outlook TV, but we will be back very, very soon.
And be sure to follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
We're on all of the media.
We are. We're everywhere. And
right, come join us as a volunteer.
yes,
Look
join
how much
the
fun
team.
we have.
Yes, absolutely. Volunteer with us.
Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
I'm Angus Prott.
Stay fabulous, Canada.